What's up everybody, Nameless Co here. Today we're chilling in my L300 5-speed turbo diesel Chamonix L300, and we haven't made an L300 video in a while now, at least since I did my undercoating job, which wasn't that interesting of a video, but I can promise you guys in today's video it's gonna be pretty damn cool. We've got something very special for you guys, and now when I say special, I'm talking L300 high roof Exceed 5-speed turbo diesel manual abandoned L300 Delica. Now we don't know what the year is, but the other day Zev spotted this thing and he gave me word of it, so we cruised down to the docks to show you guys it, and I'm gonna do pretty much everything in my power to purchase this Delica, get it back on the road, fix it, and make epic content for you guys, because it's not every day that you see an abandoned Delica, let alone an Exceed manual turbo diesel. So without further ado, let's check this thing out. So as you guys would have just seen, this L300 Exceed is pretty clean overall. Now, I've yet to see it really up close and personal, and I'm pretty much just looking at it for the first time. I just seen a couple of pictures that Zev showed me, and overall, this Exceed doesn't seem like it would need too much work. Now, coming around to the sides of it, as you guys can see, you know, the paint is in awesome condition. This Delica is arguably in better condition than my Delica. Just comparing the two, as you can see on my Delica, on the passenger side door, there's Bondo work, and I obviously, you know, I hit the roof in certain places and whatnot, and almost the whole roof doesn't have paint on it anymore, as most high roofs don't. But coming over the Exceed, some of the things that really caught my eye were, first off, these awesome window scrapers. Now, these are OEM. I'm assuming that they came over from Japan, or at least this model came over from Japan with these scrapers. I'm actually in the process of currently purchasing some from Taiwan, so I'll keep you guys updated on if I can get those. But other than that, the wheels are amazing. I mean, they're very close to what my L400 look like, but they're a little bit different. They're not three-piece. I think they just have that three-piece looking style with the bolts kind of going all around. But you know, we've got some rust here on the rear fender below, which isn't too bad. Like I said, a lot of this stuff is fixable. And the undercarriage isn't that bad. You know, there's rust in places here and there, but considering it's an Exceed and it's a 5-speed manual, you're just not gonna find that nowadays, especially since it's abandoned. You know, the owner, maybe he couldn't fix it or couldn't get the money to fix it, or maybe he's out of the country right now, who knows. But I'm gonna leave a note on this Delica and see kind of if someone around here maybe accesses the storage unit or whatnot. You know, we'll see if we can get some leads on it. But this is definitely gonna be a multi-part video series. This is probably the first of many videos to come with this Delica, because as Zev said, I actually have a pretty good feeling that we're gonna be getting this Delica on Nameless Co, driving it, restoring it, and maybe, who knows, stripping it down fully and doing a full-blown Delica restoration, which most people have yet to do in the United States. But this could be a first of many to come, so let's get you guys some more shots of this thing. So piggybacking off of that last clip, some of the ways that I'm going to go about trying to purchase and acquire this Exceed. Well, first off, I'm going to leave a note, which is kind of the traditional way of wanting to buy a vehicle or buy whatever you're leaving that note on. But considering that it is a storage unit and it seems like there's a lot of kind of just abandoned junk and whatnot in this area, the note might not be as effective as actually trying to figure out who owns the storage unit and then potentially asking them who the owner is of of the Delica, considering this is the only vehicle that's parked on this whole row of storage units. I want to say, yeah, it's the only vehicle that's parked over here. So obviously, as you guys know, Delicas, they stick out like a sore thumb. So if I do figure out who owns it, I'm going to try and contact them personally. But other than that, I actually wrote up a note real quick. So I'm going to grab that note and toss it on the windshield right now. Got the note right here. Gonna fold it up. Now there's no rain in the forecast, so this note should be good for the next 2 weeks at least. And I'm just gonna put it straight on the front dash, just loud and clear. Who knows, you never know. Someone that might know this owner, maybe he's walking by, he'll grab the note, open it up, forward it to the owner, who knows. All we're trying to do right now is get in contact with the owner and really just hear this story about this Exceed, because like I said, it's not every day you come across an abandoned Delica, let alone an Exceed, in the condition that it's in, and it being 5-speed manual. Because you know, over here at Nameless Co, we love our manuals, especially the Delica 5-speed manual. There's nothing else really like it. As most of you guys know, all the Exceed models come with the awesome captain's chairs, and I know you can't really tell right now just because it's super sunny, but the interior is pretty much mint condition. Now, the headliner looks to be in great condition, and the front seats are in amazing condition. I don't see any major rips or anything on those seats. And one of my favorite things about the Exceed models is the fact that the armrest has its own cushion. Now, when you guys are driving long distance, it's really nice to kind of have your arms elevated, and the Exceed was really, honestly, at the time, the epitome of luxury for a Delica. So if I was able to have my Chamonix as my work Delica, what it is right now, and then obviously have the Exceed as more of a road cruiser, that would just be awesome. And there are so many things and so many just different routes you could go down, or so many just different like rabbit holes you could go down when building an abandoned L300, depending on the price I get it for. One of my favorite things about this Exceed are these super off-road fog lights. Now, super off-roader, I've never seen fog lights on any Delica, for that matter, L300, L400, that ever said super off-roader. So I'm assuming they're OEM. They look very OEM, but they could be aftermarket. Maybe they're a dealer option, but my L300 has fog lights. Now, they're a lot different. They're more oval shaped. I think we'll get a little shot right now. So we got the oval shape, and then we have these, I want to say 6.5-inch fogs, but that's just one of the coolest things I've ever seen on a Delica, period. And to have these on a Delica, let alone an Exceed, you just can't beat that. Taking a quick look at the dash, we noticed that it has about 255,000 kilometers on it. Now, my L300 has about 276,000 kilometers on it. And to be honest, you're just breaking in the 4D56 at that moment. In terms of maintenance, now I don't know the maintenance history on this Exceed. I mean, it could be terrible, it could be also really great, but other than that, the 4D56 is not a complicated motor to work on, as you guys would have seen in all the timing belts and oil seals that I did on mine. Now, I'd obviously be able to do a lot of the work on this one and maybe even eventually swap it to the DB4F, which is the newer Hyundai diesel equivalent to the 4D56, but considering it has lower miles than my L300, I know that this thing is good for at least another 250,000 kilometers or more. Like, it's just asking to get driven, you know? Couple more mechanical doodads that I noticed on the interior of this L300 was a manual glow plug override switch. Now, that's pretty common to find on most Delicas nowadays, just given that the quick start relays oftentimes go out on them. And another thing I noticed is he had an EGT gauge, so whoever owns this Delica definitely knows what they have, and they definitely probably keep good care of it. So it actually makes me feel a lot better knowing that he has an EGT gauge along with the override switch. And there also is one more switch that I do not know what it does, because there's the glow plug switch and then there's also a red like push button, so could mean aftermarket something or another, but who knows. Well, I guess we'll just have to find out. Thank you guys for making it to another end of a Nameless Co video. We hope you enjoyed today's video, because I know I did. And we just want to let you guys know that there will be some JDM cars that we have yet to reveal that are going to be coming on the channel pretty soon, so stay tuned for some new content with Delicas along with all the other cars that we've got on the channel. If this is your first video and you're tuning into Nameless Co for the first time, we highly recommend going on the channel and checking out all the videos we make, everything from European cars to Japanese cars and pretty much everything in between. So without further ado, we'll catch you guys in the next video.